Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about life, going through life's challenges, ups and downs, and how, in particular, certain events in our life are there to help us to grow, how they're there to help us to heal, how they are there to help us to become a better version of ourselves, how they shape us, how they move us in certain directions. So life can present all types of challenges, right? Life can present so many difficulties. And me personally, I've been through a lot through my experience. I've had a lot of addictions, I've had a lot of pain and suffering, I've had constant anxiety, panic attacks, I've had a range of health issues, and they've taught me a lot. They have given me an understanding beyond what I can read in a book. They have given me wisdom, which wisdom you can't purchase. Wisdom you can't attain. It's more of something that we must go through to develop wisdom. Wisdom is something that we really experience and increase by living life. That's wisdom. So as we move through life, there are certain things that come into our life. And I believe that these are like soul contracts. These are certain things that are meant to happen, right? There are certain people that we're meant to meet, okay? And it's not exactly like that exact person we're meant to meet at this exact time. It's more about the lesson behind it. It's more about our soul wanting to experience something in particular. And by our soul wanting to experience that thing in particular, it allows us to meet a certain person. It allows us to go through a certain challenge, have a certain event pop up in our life. And all of these come in your favor. But hear me out, because at the start, these things aren't going to seem like they're in your favor. They're going to seem like they're bad, to keep it simple. They're going to seem like they are something that you do not want in your life, right? They're going to cause you a lot of heartache. They're going to cause you sadness. They're going to cause you emotions. They're going to perhaps even break you down. And it's in this breaking down, it's in this crumbling of your ego, the crumbling of your identity, that something beautiful begins to birth. But it takes time, okay? It takes time. And there's a lot of metaphors about diamonds being forged under pressure, that the beauty of a diamond gets formed through immense amounts of pressure. And this is very similar to our human experience as we grow, as we evolve into these beautiful diamonds that we can become. Pressure, most of the time, can help us to really shine our light, to shine brightly like a diamond. Okay, there's also a lotus flower. The lotus flower blossoms, right? But its foundation is actually on murky, yucky water. So it's in that murkiness, it's in that darkness that that beautiful lotus flower can actually emerge. So if you are moving through something in your life, right? It's challenging, you hate it, it's disgusting, it's dark, it's causing you a lot of pain and suffering. There may be a higher reason behind that. There may be some big higher divine plan as to why that's playing out, why that is orchestrated for you. So you need to trust. Trust is the most powerful spiritual tool that you can have in your toolkit. Trust, faith. Okay, acceptance, allowance, all similar words have similar meaning. But you must trust and know deep down, if you have a belief that thing is there to harm you, that it's there to cause you pain, then of course that's going to cause more of a negative energy and a negative association even around that particular experience. So you're not always going to have a positive reframe on everything you experience. That's just life. You're not meant to, okay? Because or else it wouldn't fully work. You're not meant to have a negative association about everything you experience. But over time, as you develop reference experience, as you go through many, many dark nights of the soul, you go through many, many challenges, many, many emotional outbreaks, many, many breakdowns, right? Many, many times where you feel like, oh my God, my life is chaotic. I can't handle it. And you just want to curl up in a ball. Every time you go over that and you come out the other end feeling fantastic, feeling new, seeing that, oh wow, that helped me, that shaped me. It gave me a new understanding of life, a new depth, a depth that you'd never been able to access prior to experiencing that. So a lot of what I've experienced in my life, I hated it. And I thought, why me? Why the fuck me? Why do I have to go through this? Why is not everyone else going through this? And then I quickly realized that I wasn't the only one. That's number one. And I also realized that what I went through was a blessing in disguise. They actually created pressure. It created a catalyst for me to make a change, for me to do something different, something that I would never have tried, something that I would never have done, something that I would never have had the motivation to do. So I'm very, very grateful for what I have experienced. As yucky and disgusting and painful, challenging, as dark as it was, it helped me so much. It was a blessing in disguise. So how many times in your life have you been through something that was dark, that was challenging, that you did not like, but a few months later you could look back at it and say, oh wow, I can see how that helped me. I can see how I needed that to take place. And of course, I'm not here to say that every single thing in your life that happens is a positive thing. There are things that are just not reframable. There are things that are just sad. There are things that are just not right, that shouldn't go on. Okay? There's a lot of things that we never deserve to experience. Okay? Now, as a soul, of course, there's going to be a higher perspective, right? When we connect to our higher self, it's very compassionate, very loving, but it's also quite ruthless when it comes to the lessons that we're here to experience as a soul. And from a soul's perspective, when we go through a challenge, that's a good thing. When we go through something or witness something that's hard, it's a positive thing. We're getting our lessons, we're learning, right? We're experiencing and releasing karma. We're clearing, as some would say, the past generations of our family ancestral lineage. So from a soul perspective, what we experience, even though it's very dark and challenging, it may be something quite positive. But we want to bring an acceptance to what we experience, because in this human experience, like we just acknowledged, there's going to be ups and downs, there's going to be bad things that we just cannot sometimes reframe. But if we can just somehow be delusional about our life, if we can be so delusional that certain things that we experience that we don't like are actually fantastic, if we can see them and perceive them differently, we actually start to change them. And we may not necessarily change the event, but we're changing our perception around the event. And when we change our perception, we're changing the energetics around that event. Okay? Now, things aren't good or bad until we perceive them to be. Nothing is good or bad unless we decide that they are. Through our meaning, through our conditioning, right? Through our past memories and experiences through what others tell us. Now, of course, a blue sky is a blue sky and a sore arm is a sore arm. But if we can change our perception around things in life, we can live a lot more gracefully. And we can welcome in those challenging times, and the challenging times will become less and less and less. And they'll become very, very frequent, to the point where they're not frequent, they're very minimal. And when they come in, you learn the lesson and you go. You don't have to experience these massive dark nights of the soul anymore. So this is a great, powerful tool that you have. That you can trust what you're experiencing and know that what you are going through, the ups and downs of life, will eventually pass. You're not the only one that experiences these challenges. You're not the only one. And that these challenges are there to help you. And even if you can't see that right now in that moment, just believe them to be true. Believe that, I know this is tough. I know this is challenging. I know this sucks. It's painful. I don't like it. I want it to go away. But for some reason it's here. It's trying to teach me something. It's trying to help me. I know. Yes, I know deep down. It's there to help me. And you may not see it in that moment. But if you can hold a little bit of light, just a little bit of a light, a little bit of a positive perspective, it helps so much to release that negative charge. And once you release that negative charge around this situation, that's most of the negative energy, is our perception around the event. I'm telling you. Trust me, I'm telling you. And I've got a great story about this, right? You could be, I remember when I was in primary school, and they would make us get needles, right? They would give us the flu shot. And no, I didn't want to get the flu shot. I don't want it. And I would fear the flu shot. I would fear that needle. And there'd be so many people as well. Oh my God, there'd be some people fainting, some people going home. No one wants the needle. But we would be causing ourselves more pain and suffering than the actual experience itself. And this is what we do with our challenges and our problems in life. We cause ourselves so much more pain than the experience is actually providing us. It's not that big of a deal. We're creating so much more negative charge around the event. And I remember when I got that needle, the little prick. It was a little prick. And I got the prick and I was like, oh my God, it was like, that's all it was. That's all it was. Just a little prick. It was like a split second of pain. And this is what we do. We cause ourselves so much pain and suffering before we actually experience the event. And we cause ourselves more pain and suffering than the actual event that we're fearing. So this is what we do. We, with our perception, with our own mind, we create so much issues about something. We make it worse than what it actually is. So when you go through something in life, when there's a challenge, when there's some darkness that's appearing in your life, some relationship that's freaking bugging you, big problems causing you so much grief, anger, sadness, whatever it may be, shame, if you can shift your perception just a little bit around that event, you have the power to change that event. You have the power to see it differently. You do. And when you see it differently, you're going to let go of a lot of that energy and you're going to realize, oh, okay, yeah, it's painful. It's not that, it's hurting me. It's kind of necessary. I can see it's helping me to make a change. Thank you. This is something I do. I say, thank you. Universe, thank you for the challenge. Thank you for bringing this into my life. As painful as it is, I give compassion to it. I allow myself to process my emotions. I allow myself to not numb it, to not push it away, to really see it for what it is. But I don't create more negative energy. And as I like to say, if it's already spicy, don't add any more chili. We don't need to add more spice to something that's already spicy. And this is exactly what we do. We add a lot more spice, we add a lot more chili, and we make it overwhelming, and we can't digest it. So it's already hot, no need to add any more. We can digest it. No need to add more negative energy to what we're experiencing and see it differently. So right now you may be watching this video and you may be moving through something. You may have moved through something a couple of weeks ago, a month ago, and you may go, I'm resonating with this. He's right. He's right. And I know I'm right because a lot of what I've experienced, I've seen, have helped me so much. I hated them. I didn't want to go through them. I wish none of you would go through what I went through. But it helped me a lot. It helped me to give me wisdom. It helped me to give me understanding. It helped me to give me depth I would never have reached. It helped me to give me a spiritual understanding of myself, of my mission, of my purpose, of what I don't like in life, of what I do value in life, right? Who I want to be around, what environments I want to live in, what type of life I want to live, what type of children I want to bring into this earth. It taught me so much. So I'm grateful for everything I've been through, and I wish it upon yourself to choose to be grateful about what you're experiencing. Choose to see your challenges and difficulties in life differently. Know that they're going to pass, and they are there to help you. They are blessings in disguise. Peace.